Hi, this is your host. Thousands of years ago, our distant ancestors lived as nomadic hunters and gatherers. They traveled from place to place in search of food and shelter, surviving by hunting animals and gathering wild plants and fruits. Life was tough, but it was also pretty exciting. This happened around 12,000 years ago after the last ice age ended. As the climate warmed, plants and animals that had been wiped out by the cold returned. And humans began to adapt to these changes by experimenting with new tools and techniques. Early humans learned that they could harvest the wild wheat and use it to make bread and beer. It also led to the specialization of labor, where people had different jobs and skills. Some people became full-time farmers, while others specialized in pottery, tool making, or other crafts. This specialization led to an increase in trade and the exchange of goods and ideas. Over time, they began to selectively breed the wheat for larger grains and easier harvesting. Similarly, animals were domesticated for various purposes. Dogs were likely the first animals to be domesticated, followed by sheep, goats, pigs, and cattle. This revolution in how people lived and worked changed the course of human history and set the stage for the development of modern society. Domesticated animals provided humans with a reliable source of food and also helped with farming tasks. You can also leave a like or comment to let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you next time. They had to be quick and clever to survive. But as the millennia passed, something incredible happened. The nomadic hunter-gatherers started to settle down and they invented farming. This period is known as the Neolithic Revolution. Farming was hard work and required a lot of effort and resources. There were also new diseases and pests to contend with. But overall, the benefits of farming outweighed the challenges, and the Neolithic Revolution marked a major turning point in human history. It laid the foundation for the development of civilizations, cities, and eventually modern society. In today's video, we are going to look at how the Neolithic Revolution changed everything. So let's get learning. The Neolithic Revolution was a huge change in the way people live. It was the transition from being nomadic hunters and gatherers to becoming farmers with domesticated animals. One of the most important developments during the Neolithic Revolution was the domestication of plants and animals. Humans began to grow their own food instead of relying on hunting and gathering. They domesticated animals for food, clothing, and labor. They also developed new methods for storing and processing food, such as grinding grain into flour and making pottery to store food and water. These new technologies made it possible for humans to produce more food than they needed, which led to population growth and the development of larger settlements. This process of domestication involved humans selectively breeding plants and animals for certain traits. For example, humans chose to breed plants that had larger fruits or grains or animals with desirable characteristics such as tameness or woolliness. Over time, this led to the development of new breeds of plants and animals that were larger and more productive than their wild counterparts. Another important development was the invention of new technologies. Humans developed new tools and techniques for farming, such as the plow and the sickle. One of the earliest known examples of plant domestication is the wild wheat that was first domesticated in the Fertile Crescent region of the Middle East around 10,000 BC. The Neolithic Revolution had a profound impact on human society. It allowed humans to settle in one place and develop permanent homes, villages, and eventually cities. However, the Neolithic Revolution was not without its challenges. So there you have it, the Neolithic Revolution, a time of great change and innovation, when humans went from being nomadic hunters and gatherers to settled farmers and domesticators of animals. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about ancient history, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications.